Can you guys see that?
Not yet.
Okay, I see something. Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Okay. You still see it?
I don't see the screen.
Every, you
Okay,
don't see the screen?
it's
Hold
back.
on. Hold on. Go back out. Come back. Oh,
Okay, you're sharing your screen.
get rid of this little floating panel here. All right, go back here. Go back here. I see anything now?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
See it? Okay, awesome. All righty. Okay, well, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Rachelle. I am not Coach Mike, who's normally here today. He's off with an event with his sorority brother. So I am filling in. I want to welcome everyone that's here. And if you are a guest, you couldn't be in a better place. And I would say I want you to thank that person that invited you because you know, guess what? They loved you enough to bring you on to hear some pertinent information that will, if you choose to take it, that will change your life, your health, and your family. My name is Rachelle. I've been with this company for um, almost 3 years now. So, and it's just been surreal. I'm learning something every day, and it has really helped to change my life and changing my family's life and other people that I know. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. But you know what? You may not know this, but you know there is a problem in the U.S. And guess what it is? It's the food. We are digging our graves with our fart. That's a phrase that our CEO Melissa Boston she coined because we have left what we knew. We left our original diet. You see that picture on the left, you see the rainbow, you see the colors of all those amazing fruits and vegetables. We ate from that, and that wasn't nothing unusual. That's what we just went out to the garden, or if we went to the store, we went to the store, and that's what we picked. It wasn't no special area for organic. We just ate those foods and vegetables, which kept our body thriving. But unfortunately, many of us have moved over to that new diet. It has no color, it has no health benefits. It has no nutrient. It has nothing. Only thing the most thing that you would see that's most maybe nutritious would be that lettuce and maybe a tomato, because everybody's going more to that bland diet. But they think it's so tasty and so great, but it is killing us daily. You probably did not know this because they call it the silent killer, but in 2020, nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease, and about 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent. People don't even know, but the damage is done. And there's an alarming number of our kids from 14 to 19, but I've had other doctors tell me there's some kids as young as 9 and 10 are showing signs already. You heard me say the age of 40% blocked arteries. That should scare each and every one of us. Now, this is critical because so much is happening in our bodies. You know, we are having an alarm rate of heart disease, cancer, diabetes, or shortened life. And did you know the significance of age for African Americans at 45? Well, you are twice more likely to die from heart disease. When we look at these pictures, we see what our if we look at the picture on the left, that's a picture of an artery. Um, the rose arthrosclerosis. I always have a little bit with that T there. Arthrosclerosis. We want to have healthy arteries running through our bodies because we need that blood to get through properly. But unfortunately, it's way, 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 way too many of us that don't have that. That's if you look at the picture of that circle with the red with the blood, that's that's an artery the way it should be. But unfortunately, many of us look too much like the second one, where plaque is starting to build up because of our diet and what we're putting in our body. So blood is still flowing, but it may be having a little bit of hiccups here and there. This is where we're more like on that borderline. Well, you know what? We may have to try to start cleaning up our diet. But then we go to that third picture where we haven't cleaned up anything. We're steady putting in all those foods, all that stuff. And now the blood is getting harder to get in, get through. And when that blood is getting harder, because the same amount of blood, the oxygen and all the different things that go through the blood, it's the same amount of blood trying to get through, but it's being blocked some. So when it's being blocked, it's got to push harder. That means we got high blood pressure and different things going on in our body. But then we get to that, because that's where we're high. But then we get to that last picture where we have a blocked artery. That's a heart attack, that's a stroke, and we're hoping that you make it to the hospital in time before it gets to that because you're completely clogged. Now, our vision is to have a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and resources they need to thrive, creating a healthier, more resilient communities. Through personalized wellness for your blood type, we're breaking cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity for generations to come. Now, I'm going to share with you five key reasons why problems impact our communities. Number one, lack of understanding our blood types. Yes, that's what I said. Lack of understanding our blood types. We don't think nothing about it because they don't talk about it. But we're going to talk about it today. There are four, technically, there are just four different type of blood types. Now they may go into more extensive parts of that, but we're just going to talk about the basic four blood types. We have A, we have B, we have O, and we have a combination of AB. Now, our blood type is a more genetic fingerprint that identifies you as sure as your DNA. Do you know your blood type? And many of us don't know. But if you do know, I would say at this time, put it in the chat. I would read it off shortly because I didn't know mine, but I kept asking and asking. I asked for years. They would not tell me. So finally, I had went and paid $130 to get my blood type when I was in Phoenix one year. And I just happened to see they did blood types at the place that I was visiting. And I did it. And that's when I discovered it because the doctors would not tell me. But Akana, we are committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood types. And I'm going to tell you why. Your blood type matters. Knowing your blood type, guys, could possibly save your life. It helps when you know it. You do things to prevent chronic illness. You can tap into your genetic advantage. You boost energy. You reduce inflammation. You can lose weight and you have holistic healing. The key to unlocking your blood type's nutritional blueprint, because your body type is the most single important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat and if those foods will cause inflammation, digestive problems, and or weight gain. When we look at the picture on the left, you see where someone has a thriving gut. Everything is like it's working perfectly. And then we got the blood type because they go hand in hand. Then we have the young man to the right whose gut is not as healthy, not even close. Some people would call him a walking porta potty, but I don't really like that word, like it said like that. But you can tell once you know this information, you can look at people in places we go to the stores, like, oh my God, they need to detox. Oh my God, they need this, they need that. They're not eating for their blood type because you start to be aware. And he is not, and that's what the signs right here is showing that he is not eating for his blood type. He's not eating for his health, and he is bad health, on just waiting to happen. Blood type and chronic disease is a problem. Based on your blood type, there you are an increase or a decrease for cancer, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. We have way too much. You look around, you see diabetes, you see people getting when they go get their blood, what is it? On every corner, you see dialysis and all that. And a lot of time people go to dialysis because a lot of them are diabetic. That has been my experience because I used to take people to dialysis and I just see people, and a lot of them had diabetes. Um, but let me tell you a little bit about these blood types. When I said there's an A, B, and O and AB. Now, the A blood type is they're more agrarian. They are basically nature's vegetarians, but they are prone to digestive and heart issues. Red meat, shrimp, crab, lobster, and dairy can be especially harmful. Basically, they should leave meat as far from them as they can. I mean, if they eat it every blue moon, because it's not what you do 80% of, I mean, 20% of the time is what you do 80%, but they are more naturally creative and inventive and require peace and harmony. We have B blood type. They are more balanced. They thrive on a diverse diet, but chicken, shrimp, crab, and lobster can disrupt their health. They have a more balanced immune and digestive system. They are resilient, but tend to suffer from autoimmune diseases, IBS, and other issues. We have O blood type, which is my blood type, which is the rarest, the oldest blood type. We thrive on a high protein diet, but catfish, Lord have mercy, pork, dairy, red refined carbs, white wine, and gluten can cause significant issues. We thrive, we have a strong immune and digestive system, but we tend to experience more things like ulcers, arthritis, and thyroid issues. And then we have an AB. It's a combination of the A and the B. It's more complex and modern at the same time. And that's the rarest blood type, blending traits of A and B, and they must balance the dietary restriction of both types for optimal health. Now, our immune system is designed to protect us from lectins. You know, actually, if you have a strong enough immune system, 95% of those lectins that are harmful to our body, they're pushed off. They're just pushed off. But many of us, our immune system is not as strong as it should be. You know why? Because it's because of what we're putting in our bodies. They're saying that a lot of people that call COVID is because a lot of them had a weakened immune system, a weekend. And if you get, and if you did get it and you had a strong immune system, you could probably just kind of go through it. Lord knows I've had it 5 times. I don't know why I keep catching it, but I've never had it bad. It's just like I knew I had it, headache, maybe loss of food taste or anything like that. The last three I didn't really notice it, but I knew I had a feeling I did have it and I did. But so I know I'm missing maybe some vitamins or things like that. But 95% of, but a strong immune system, you are able to just slosh off a lot of those things that can happen and be harmful, those lectins. But 5%, guys, are filtered into the bloodstream where they react with our red and white blood cells and they destroy them. So we don't want any of it. We don't want any of it in our bloodstream, but we have 5%. But how we can help keep our body healthy is eating the right foods. Now, I'm going to give you a very small sample of some of the foods that you should avoid, which are depending on your blood type. And they came out with a book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And that's by Mr. Peter D. Adamo. If you don't have that book, it was released back in 1996. And this will give you some ideas of what foods you need to eat. Now, I'm just going to share something, and they have a big list of foods that really, but I'm just going to share a few things. Now, for A, remember I told you they're more agrarian. They want to eat fruits and vegetables. But that being said, there are still certain fruits and vegetables they still should eat. So just like the fruit, this tomato, no, it's against them. The banana, like I said, meat, this is like pork, chuck, lamb, all those things they need to stay away from. White potato, shrimp, all that. The bee, and I know when you see that chicken there, many of y'all gonna be like, not my chicken, but yes, your chicken. They should stay away from chicken, avocado, black beans, shrimp, and a lot of seafood, like crab and things like that. Like I mentioned earlier, old blood types, catfish, avocados, oranges, white wine, and cashews. And I'm telling you, when you disrupt and eating for your blood type, I give you an example that I'm experiencing. I just experienced it. I'm an old. I should not have peanuts. I learned that back years ago. because every time I would eat peanuts, which is not really a nut, it's a legume, I would just swell up and bloat up. If I ate it for a couple of days, I'm good. But if I kept eating it or peanut butter, it's over. I hadn't eaten peanuts for years, you guys. And about 4 weeks ago, I had bought my sister some peanuts to take on her trip, but she had already left and took her own jar. And one day I just wanted something, and I said, I'm just gonna get a few. Well, I ate on those few for the last 3 weeks, and I just kept blowing up and blowing up and blowing. Cause it was like it was hard to like my clothes, everything got so tight. And I said, you know what? I know better. Eating against my blood type. I knew that. And other foods, you're going to recognize once you realize what's the things that you're eating that maybe you cause some disease, you're going to probably realize a lot of those foods are not things that you should eat. Even if you love them, there are things that you should not eat. And then we had the AB. Remember, I said that's a combination of both A and B. They ate the chicken, the banana, the black beans. Even if those foods seem healthy, they still should not have it. The avocado and the shrimp. You definitely want to learn your blood type because we want to break the generational cycles. And guess what? The power is truly in our hands. Now, I'm going to tell you how critical this is. When you go to the doctor, if they give you the wrong blood type, it could truly kill you. But if you keep constantly eating the wrong foods, it could also kill you. And you said, well, if blood types are that important, if it's all that, then why in the world am I just now learning about blood types? Well, I hate to tell you, but if it isn't taught in medical school, which it really isn't, or created by big pharma, then it's not promoted in the United States. It's not important enough. This doesn't make enough money. It just doesn't make enough money, so they don't teach it. Because it's like big business equals profits over people. It's sad, but it's so true. I'll give you some examples. Came out with cigarettes hundreds of years, I don't know how long ago, but it's been a long time. And when they start coming, you've seen everybody out just puffing and puffing, doctors and whoever. Oh, this is just a cool thing to do. And then they found out, oh, we keep on putting this smoke in our body, it can hurt us. It can cause cancer. And then they went back and put a little label on it that it can cause cancer. Yeah, you think? Trans fats. We're using butter, and they said, don't use butter anymore. Let's go to margarine. Sit margarine on the counter, it don't even melt. So if it's not melting on your counter, you can sit it out there on the hottest day. What is it doing in your body? Remember that picture of those arteries I was showing you? Yeah, it's doing that. It's clogging up those arteries. Nothing good can come from all the trans fats, and it's trans fats in a lot of our foods. We need to read those labels. 5G cell phones. We're constantly walking around with towers, 5G. They know when they put those things up. We're constantly keeping earbuds in our ears. We got our phones up to our ears. When I told my nephew the other day, he had it in his he had that phone. I think in his pocket. I said, get that out your pocket. You carry don't it's enough. We got it sitting up in our face every day, but don't do that because it all those things we just constantly is radiating in our body. It's radiating. They know that it's not good for us, but we steady do it because what I tell you, profits over people. And let's not talk about the GMOs, all this genetically modified foods. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And when I looked at the other day, I put a thing out, and then my nephew said, "Andy, that's been out." I saw about those ramen noodles, and then one day I looked at how they were processing McDonald's food. It was some nuggets, and they had them on this big barrel, and it looked like plastic. I said, all this stuff, we're eating so much fake stuff. If you see foods, because your food should just have one or two labels, and if it has 10, 15 words you can't pronounce, it is a laboratory experiment. Real food is real food all day long. And then we talk about milk. As they say, milk is the biggest lie they ever saw. Milk does your body good. I've been helping in the schools the last 2 weeks. And when I've been seeing those kids come back with this milk, and I say, why are they drinking this milk? We need to stop. We are the only species. We are the only species that drinks another species milk, another only milk we should be drinking is milk from our mother's breast. That's all other animals do. We go to another animal and nothing good can come from milk. It's like what, more inflammation in our body, more mucus in our body. We need to leave the milk alone. And when our kids don't get our milk when we're born, our children, we lose out on so much health nutrients that should go in their body because and then we give them canned milk or the other milk that they give to children, which is the best milk is their mama's milk. Now, we talk about the blood type. You know, some countries adhere to the blood type, like Japan. They decided, like, you know what, that sounds good to us. We're gonna do that. They brought it to the United States. That's not important. We're gonna leave that alone. Well, guess what? We did not do it, and life expectancy now in Japan is like 84.6 years. They adhere to the blood. They're like the top first country with the healthiest country. Where's the United States? We're like the 50th. We are terrible. We are terrible. Americans normally live to be like around 76, but it's even worse for African Americans. We are only 71.8. But by following the blood type diet, we have anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people reported positive improvements by adhering to the blood type practices. You can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life-threatening diseases. You can achieve your ideal weight, slow the aging process, and cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. Now, we have a dangerous level of oxidation. I just threw bananas away yesterday. I just bought them a few days ago, but it doesn't take long because when the air and all these things hit them, they become oxidized. Just like those, you see those boats there, they become oxidized because of, you put them outside, leave them out in the rain for a little while, where they're going to look just like that. But guess what? They're finding that the oxidation in our bodies, from again, a lot of the foods that we eat are not eating the right foods. Researchers have found identifying one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many of the other problems associated with getting older is oxidation. It's like our bodies are on fire, but we need something to put the fire out. And that's adhering to our blood type, eating the foods, a lot of it that's good for our body, that can help bring our bodies back into more balance. Now, like I said, antioxidants is huge. Remember that picture at the beginning, the old diet that they had. What were we eating? A lot of antioxidants. Fruits and vegetables are loaded with plant compounds, you guys, called phytonutrients, which also have antioxidant abilities. Some phytonutrients have shown to disable, do you hear me? Disable cancer causing substances. You see those goji berries and the cocoa, the chocolate, it is full and loaded with antioxidants. I don't mean like milk chocolate and white chocolate. I mean dark cocoa, maybe 80 to 90% cocoa. It could be bitter, but if you eat it with some goji berries or something that's a little sweet, maybe but it has so many benefits. You have your broccoli, your oranges, your apples, but the ones that's for your blood type though, your blueberries, your nuts, all those things are those foods that we need to put in our bodies to keep our body healthy. Now, let me tell you about omega-3 deficiency. We are very, very, very deficient, but we talk about omegas. There are different omegas. Omega-3 we need every day, but we are lacking. We get plenty of sixes, I think 6 and 9. You know why? Because so many people are driving through those fast foods. They're going picking up all these box things in the stores and bag things in the stores, all this genetic stuff, process all this crap. So we get enough of that, but we sure don't get enough of omega-3s in it. But the lack of omega-3s is increase of cardiovascular issues, increased risk of heart attack, strokes, and high blood pressure, cognitive decline, increased risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, and dementia, accelerates the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune disease, contributes to weight gain, obesity, and metabolic syndrome, contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver, which can progress to liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. It weakens immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections and increase the risk of osteoporosis, leading to fractures and a higher risk of complications, especially, guys, in older adults. Now, number four, a unhealthy gut, which is called, it's our microbiome. Did you know this? I told you our immune system is so important, having a strong immune system. But you know, 70% of it is in our gut, called the microbiome. That's another technical name for our gut, but that's where 70% of our immune system, oh, is in our gut. Gut issues arise when our diet includes proper food choices and lacks sufficient fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics. These are signs of gut issues. If any of these resonate, then you may have these problems. You may have some gut issues, digestive issues, weakened immune system, malabsorption, nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin problems, mental health challenges, weight management issues, hormonal imbalances, autoimmune conditions. And autoimmune conditions has been a huge influx on people, a lot of people with autoimmune diseases. Number five, chronic inflammation. We have parasite, guys, invasion. I know this picture looks terrible when you think about all these parasites and worms crawling in our body. You know, it was a time because we eaten meat, a lot of time we had the parasites, but they were kind of contained more in the gut issue. But now they're going places that they were not even allowed. They're all through our body, causing huge issues. These little nasty critters, it can lead to heart attacks, diabetes, chronic fatigue, and autoimmune disorders. Parasites, they're finding parasites in the autopsies. They're invading our organs, our brain, our lungs, and liver. And as far as mental health, when it in the brain, it can cause depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. Now, I know a lot of that sound doom and gloom. Oh my goodness. I'll be going like, oh my gosh, what? So I don't understand. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But hold on. Let me go into it. I'm going to share. But before I do that, let me give you a little bit of this disclaimer. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements. Individual results may vary. Now, instant results. First of all, we need you to get your blood kit today. Start your health journey based on your biology. Include our mini blood type chart and digital blood type for any of your blood types. You can get your blood type kit today, and we can get it in we have them like in mats, and on charts. You can download it and get your result because you want to know that what your blood type. But first, you got to know what that is if you don't know. Let me see if we have any in the chat. If I can bring it up real quick. Anyone, let me see. Anyone on that can tell me what's in any blood types that's in the chat? If you don't know, if you know your blood type, go ahead and put it in the chat. If you don't, you can do I don't know.
You
Because
got
we
mostly O's, and then you got an AB.
ABO. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, AB, because those are like I said, those are our rarest form of blood types. So thank you for that, Dr. Roz. So right here we have our different kits to support your blood type. We have an option one, which is this is one that includes like our blood type kit, because like I said, if you don't know, we need you to know your blood type. And within this kit, we have what we call bitters, a detox meal plan, a simple meal replacement, a shake called the fuel. And I'll tell you more about all of those. And like I said, your individual digital download, you can get that to show you what foods you need to eat. Now, this particular kit is only $59.95. Um, and you get, and this is like a 4-day whole system here. And the reason I talk about now, we have two kits, but I only really took talk about the first one because the second one don't have the blood type. But guess what? Once you learn yours, I know you don't have to look very far to find somebody who don't know it. So I know you have another loved one that don't know theirs, so you want to continue to maybe buy that first option for $59.95. That you can always share that blood type kit with someone else, because I'm telling you, we're trying to get to 1 million people and just share it. So that's why we say we only do the one mostly. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the bitters. That's what's in this kit. It's a 4-day blood cleanse, herbal bitters detox. Now this bitters, it eliminates mucus and parasites. It eliminates it. We have the eliminator, mucus and parasite buster. It features um, bromelain. What it has in there is bromelain, to help improve your parasite, mucus, and toxic buildup. We have the purifier. It's like a liquid colonic. It's a more powerful blend of the oregano, wormwood, senna, fennel, peppermint, and more to gently flush the colon and support gut health. Now, these bitters are bitter. They're bitter, but the bitter, if you're drinking some bitters or eating some bitters, whatever, if it's not bitter, then you may need to change it up. Bitters are supposed to be bitter. That's the whole point. You're doing something that's going to it's going to help with your taste. It's going to help to remove all those uh, that sugar taste from your body, and it helps relieve you of a lot of the 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 buildup in your gut. So you do want it to be bitter. It's a 4-day cleanse. And it's loaded. We have the regenerator loaded with batarac, wheatgrass, chlorella, moringa, and more to replenish and nourish the cellular level. And this is like, it's good enough for daily life. It's powerful enough to produce results, but it promotes a deeper elimination and the cellular renewal. So from a cellular standpoint, and a clear digestion without harsh interruptions are bitters. Now we also have what we call the flat belly fuel. That's in this. It's a meal replacement. You're gonna love it. It comes in our chocolate berry and our vanilla bliss, and it is designed to help build lean muscle, burn fat, and it has so many health benefits to it. And I'm going to tell you even more about that as we go along. Now, the fuel belly, like I said, was saying about this fuel, it is full of antioxidants, full of antioxidant. And that's why you want, and it's a meal replacement. Like I said, you could get all that one scoop. It has those omega-3s. I told you how beneficial those were. It has our prebiotic and probiotic and fiber in this fuel kit. It eliminates those nasty parasites, and it has blood pipe support. We are the world's first flat belly fuel that targets all those things in one package. And you can use it as a meal replacement, but it's delicious. I can't do it right now because I'm on a detox, but it is amazing. And when you stay full and you'll love the taste. Now, we have our introducing our full body reset, 360 reset. It is time to reset your health naturally. And you want to do it 1 week out of the month. It's one decision, but it's a lifetime of wellness. The 360 review, let me tell you about it. When you do this, you combine raw foods, you have cold pressed juices, and herbal formulas. It helps target toxic buildup, inflammation, hormonal imbalance, gut health, and is designed to help your body heal itself. I've been told for many years, you give your body what it needs, it will do just that, heal itself. Just this is something, just imagine what if your body didn't need another prescription, but an opportunity to just heal? Well, let's introduce Blue Zone. We want to create actually the first Black blue zone. And you may say, what is a blue zone, Rachelle? Let me tell you, blue zones are regions in the world where people live the longest, healthiest lives, often thriving well into their 90s and hundreds. You know, they're still moving around, riding bikes, swimming, gardening. They're still doing things that you wouldn't even have any idea you would do in your 90s and hundreds. These communities share common habits, clean eating, daily movement, strong social connection, and purpose-driven living. You may say, why we want to create the first Black Blue Zone? Well, it matters, you guys. Right now, right now, no blue zone exists where African Americans descendant communities live. They don't have a many times not a long longevity in their life, but we want to help to bring that. Largely due, the reason they don't, because it's due to the effects of poor diet, environmental stress, limited access to culturally relevant wellness tools. By reclaiming our health through food, community, and holistic living, we're rewriting the narrative and creating the first Black blue zone, a place where we don't want to just keep surviving, guys. We've done that way too long. It's time for us to thrive. Now we have a medical advisory board. They're 360 certified. We have all these doctors that are going to help you because they care about you. Now, like I said, we want you to do at least a 7-day reset. If you decide to do this, it's a 7-day reset. It's going to start out, it's only 217. That's and this is a game changer. Um, the benefits of this is reduction on health related issues, lower insurance premiums, lower insurance life insurance premiums, and and you're going to have more healthy working years. Now, this is our 7-day blood cleanse. It's gentle, it's powerful, and it is proven. We have what we call the eliminator, and that mucus and parasite buster. We have the purifier. It's our liquid colonic. And when I talk about that mucus and parasite, because we want anything that can get those invaders and get that mucus, because a lot of people still doing dairy and all those things. We want to do that. We want to move all that out of our body. Our purifiers, our liquid colonic, our liquid it starts to unclog us. We want to have that. That's our tea. We have our regenerator. That's our superfoods. Again, it's as gentle as nothing. It's three. Those are the three items. It's gentle enough for daily life, powerful enough to produce results, and it promotes a deeper elimination from again the cellular renewal level, and it clears the digestion without the harsh disruptions. So this 7-day is powerful, you guys. And then we have now introducing, let me say it again, introducing the game changer. The game changer. You know, there are a lot of people going around shooting themselves, all taking these shots. Let me get my shot today. I don't call it name, but a lot of people, they're doing all kind of weight loss with the shots. Well, we want you to drink your shot. We want you to take your shot, but we want you to drink it. Drink your way to slim. Hemgovy is the shot worth taking. With our new line of drinkables, allow you to ditch those injectables and drink your way to a slimmer waist and a flatter tummy. I love the Hemgovy. It is truly a game changer. Now, it's free today only when you purchase the full body reset. You can purchase the upgrade and receive a 4-day sample. Key benefits. This Hemgovy, listen to this. It burns fat naturally, activates your body's fat burning potential with hemp-derived compounds and complementary botanicals that support thermogenesis. It boosts metabolism naturally without chemicals. It curbs that appetite with a blend of natural appetite suppressant, helping you feel satisfied longer. It has a gentle detoxifying ingredients because it supports digestive health and it promotes overall well balance with hemp derived cannabinoids, supports stress reduction, and mood regulation, helping you avoid that emotional eating, which many people do. Now, we want to support and help reset our community. And you have access to um, the right products. You don't have to guess about it. We're going to tell you, share that with you. You have weekly coaching Zoom calls. You have those private member groups, meal guides and grocery lists, education modules. We have our blood type tests, our charts, our bonus bitters cleanse, and a built-in support, accountability, and transformation. All of that in the 360 certified. Our meal plans and all that. You get the you have 360 Prime, Facebook, all those things you're going to learn, and you're going to see how your body can, with this information, how you can change your health. Now, let me tell you let me talk a little bit about CBD, cannabis. Now, a lot of time when they hear the word cannabis, people say, no, 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 I don't want no parts of that. Well, was a time I did the same thing. But I'm going to tell you how I'm going to have you to relearn some things that you may thought you knew. Let's introduce cannabis and the blood type diet. Cannabis, guys, reduces inflammation, help manage stress, and improves digestion. The blood type and cannabis, because we already told you that people with that are A blood, they have lower stomach acid, higher stress, and susceptibility to heart disease. We've told you that susceptibility, that B, they're more susceptible to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders. Higher risk of inflammatory condition, arthritis, and overacidity. AB, they're sensitive to digestion and immune stressors. But by leveraging properties of CBD, cannabis, alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced, harmonious approach to wellness tailored to their unique biological predispositions. Now, we all have an endocannabinoid system. Everybody does. If you have a spine, you do it. Even animals, if they have a spine, which most do, you have an endocannabinoid system. You know, your heart, your lungs, your eyes, all these things connect to your body. You know, and cannabis is a holistic solution to keeping your body healthy. Unlike pharmaceuticals, when you combine CBD it's like it goes to where it needs to go to heal your body. It it targets those areas. It knows where to go. It's those receptors that we have, and it's like the endocannabinoid. It's like they connect, they lock, they lock. It's like a lock and key. It turns and it starts to heal the body. Unlike pharmaceuticals that often targets a single symptom, and then sometimes it targets that single symptom, but it starts hurting how many other things going on in your body. The cannabinoids interact with the ECS to provide systematic benefits, offering a more natural approach to health and wellness. Again, it brings the body back into balance. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of information on CBD. Like I said, you may have to unlearn some things, but it is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp out of more than 85 different cannabinoids. It's the second most common next to delta-9 tetracannabinol, which we call THC. Unlike THC, CBD, let me say it again, CBD is non-psychotropic. You don't get high with CBD, guys. No matter what you thought, you don't get high. Let me tell you about THCA. It is a compound that is naturally occurs in industrial hemp as well. Out of more than 100 different cannabinoids, THCA is a non-psychoactive precursor to THC found in raw cannabis. But when heated, hold on, but when heated, whether it's through cooking, vaping, put it in your coffee, whatever, when you heat it, that THCA converts into THC. Now that's when you get the psychoactive compound. That's when you get the high, but you're still getting the benefits. Now it's time to elevate, you guys. It is time to elevate. We formulate our own proprietary blends of our amazing products and our botanicals to elevate your well-being. We have raw cannabis as a raw cannabis trend of THCA And it aligns with plant-based diets, offering therapeutic benefits without the high. It's similar to juicing like cannabis leaves or flowers. And by taking on some of this, the raw cannabis, it helps with arthritis, autoimmune disorders, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and that big C word, cancer. We have our Rick Simpson oil. It's a concentrate in a vial syringe. It helps with pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's, anti-inflammatory, stimulates appetite, neurological, and it is an antioxidant. Now, I kind of we have over 70 some odd products. All these products are absolutely amazing. We have products that help with energy. When I tell you, I have seen more people say, "Oh, my energy is so bad." My energy, they always tell me I was the energizing bunny. But I thought what I had was normal. I guess the Lord gave me a double dose. I don't know, but I thought that. And then people, you say, and one of my friends, bless her, she just passed. She told me, she said, "What you have, Rochelle's not normal. We don't bounce around like that all day long." And then I started noticing, well, I guess she was right. I didn't know. But energy is a big part of. We have energy. We even have a plant-based coffee, guys. It is amazing. It is. I mean, while I'm on my detox, I can't have any, but I can't wait till I do. But we have a plant-based coffee. We have essential oils. We have this amazing pain relief cream, healthy hair. And we have culinary that you can infuse with your food. We just have, like I said, we have over 70 plus products. And all this stuff that I'm talking about, you want to be someone to help to share that information. You may want to become an influencer. Now, an influencer, but it's nothing to shake a stick at. It is powerful being an influencer. I'm gonna give you an example. This young lady here, her name is Stormy Steele. She was our first TikTok streamer to sell over 1 million and dollars products in one session. But if you think she was a beast, hold on. This young man, Mr. LeJack, he achieved over 1.7 billion with a B as in boy in sales in 12 hours. And you wouldn't even believe what he was selling. It wasn't men's watches or coats or jeans or tennis shoes. No, he was selling lipstick. Lipstick. And he achieved 1.7 billion in sales. Being an influencer, oh, it has his praises. It's a game changer, guys. Influencers hold the power to shape brand perceptions, drive massive sales, and create personal connection with audiences. Those who ignore this trend risk falling behind in a rapidly evolving digital community. The influencer economy isn't just a trend, guys, it's the future of marketing. Now, let me say this, the time is now, though. The influencer business is booming. Viral trends like TikTok that says, made me buy it, have reshaped consumer behavior, driving millions into product sales. People who say, I don't want to buy online. I don't want to buy online. All those, me, I was one of those. It's happening. Whether, whether you do it, but there are trillions of people that are doing it. The influence market is currently 33 billion. Again, B is in boy, globally, projected to reach 107 to 190 billion with a B is in boy by 2030, year 2030. We're less than 4.5 years for that. So being an influencer is a big deal. We actually have a wellness influencer pack, guys. It's only $399. You get some amazing products. You can start your own influence, be out there starting to influence, talking to people, earn money, access to the products you need to take your health to your next level. You earn 20 to 40% commission on all retail purchases, may even through your own site. And you can improve your own health and wellness while helping others earn income while making a difference, build multiple income streams, including consultation, workshops, and product. Access to the value includes tools and resources of value over $500. Okay. You leave a lasting legacy impact on community and beyond. Like I said, an influencer, it is a big deal. But then we say, I love the influence, but I want it all. I want to influence. I want to become a coach. I want to show people how to, how to do bioscans, how to do blood, show people how to, let them know how teach them about their blood and, and being able to take the blood and show them being certified as a blood tech. Well, guess what? That is our wellness coach pack. It's a $14.99 pack, but the retail is way over 20 $2,000 some dollars. You get so many products that you can use for yourself. You can share, you can sell it, but you get a lot of product because she wants you to be a product of the product. And this product, like I said, it's only $14.99 for the certified wellness pack. I had a young lady on here today that says that's what she's going to do. So this again talks about a blue zone. Remember, I said that it wasn't one for Black, but we have 6 blue zones though, and I told you about those. But where they're located is in Loma Linda, Costa Rica, Italy, Greece, Japan, Singapore. These are our 6 areas in the world where people eat far less. But what I tell you, we're gonna start our blue zone right with us, right in our own home, changing our lives, creating the first Black blue zone. But it got to start with us. It has to start with us. We are obligated. We are not obligated. We are determined. We're going to help 1.5% of the United States to learn their blood type. And we're going to share this information. So that's like, we got to reach over 5 million people because we know, even when we reach the 5 million people, and we want them to go on a, we go on an auto ship. We want them to buy product. We want them to start using the product because so they can start getting the results that we want them to get. And if we reach that many people at $50, that equals to 250 million in sales. Only a $50 product. However, we know, we just know that 80% of those people are not going to hear anything you have to say. They're not listening. They're so caught up in the world and what big pharma and all I'm saying, and they're not ready to hear it at this time. They will reject you, but we're still going to empower, guys. 1 million people, which is where our aim is. We just got to reach a lot more to get to that million. Now, let me tell you a little bit about that. When we're talking about business, though, about business, did you know when you get in any business, the first 100,000 to 150,000 involved in that business will earn up, you will earn up to 80%. Do you not know 80% of the wealth of the company? 80%. That's only 20% of getting the whole amount. With under your 150 to 150,000, guess where Akana is? We have less than 50,000 people. So this is the perfect time to get involved. We're, like I said, we're just barely stepping out of the basement, getting on the floor. We're just barely stepping out. So when I say this is the perfect time, because what you're seeing right here is an S curve. And we are at the pioneer stage. We're knocking things down. So as these people come up, as we start to grow, all the hard part of it is over. You've already created the path. That's why you're getting 80%. But as we start to climb and the company get into momentum, you see how it's starting to build, see that S curve? You see how that S is starting? Because now the company has gotten into momentum. It is building, it is growing, it is growing, it is growing. But once it stabilizes, all that big money that you could have made, it's over. You can make some stuff, you can make some money, but it's not going to be like it did at the beginning. So right now is the best time to get in any company. And we are at the time. Akana is only little over 6 years old. And Harvard Business School, they said you want to select a company that's at least 18 months old. What I just say, we're over 6.5 years old. 90% of companies failed their first 18 months. Well, we didn't do that. We went through it. According to Harvard Business School as well, if a company has less than 500,000 people, what I tell you we have? Less than 50,000. We have lots of customers, but less than 50,000 business builders. It is a great opportunity. But if it has less than 100,000, it is an opportunity of a lifetime. Well, guys, right now, you have an opportunity of a lifetime. And if you are a guest that's on this call today, I hope you've heard something that says, if y'all know my blood type, I'm going to learn it. If I wanted to reach more people. I want to tell my family, I want to do this. I want to create some blue zones. I want to make more money for myself and for my family. You're at the right time. So at this time, I'm going to stop the share, and I want to ask if anyone have any questions. If you do, you can unmute, and we're gonna actually we can stop the video as well. The recording. Maybe. I don't know why I can never stop this thing. Oh, there we go.
So Rachelle, all I have to